Good morning, everyone. Last class we have seen regarding the third limbs of Ashtanga. Third limb is Asana, and today we'll be talking on the fourth limb, which is called as Pranayama. So let's understand regarding Pranayama. Okay. Now, what stands for Pranayama is made of two words. One is called Prana plus Ayama. Okay. Prana plus Ayama. Ayama means the episode or episode wise. Okay, first ayam, second ayam, and prana means the breath. So the breathing in a episode wise. First episode, second episode, third, fourth, like this. So if you breathe in a episode wise, step by step, okay, first page, second page, third page. So if you divide it, that is called as pranayama. If you divide your Vayu or prana, that is called pranayama. This is a word meaning. Now, what sutra given by Patanjali is, let's understand here. It's telling here, Tasmin sati swasa prashasayoho gati vichchedah pranayamaha. I repeat, Tasmin sati swasa prashasayoho gati vichchedah pranayamaha. Tasmin sati, Tasmin is related to the Prisutra. Saptami ekavachanam. Saptami ekavachanam. Tad sabda. Okay. So what is telling here? Tasmin sati. If you, it's related to the Prisutra. Prisutra is connected to our asana. So if you get mastery over asana. Which asana? Last class we talked regarding the two types of asanas are there. One is called the flexibility purpose. Flexibility purpose asana. One is called meditative purpose. Meditation purpose. Okay, and if you get a mastery over this meditative postures like Padmasana, Vajrasana, Siddhasana, and so on. So if you got mastery over those asana, then what will happen after that? You can go for the pranayama practice. So without getting the mastery over this, over asana, this asana, dhyanatmaka asana, you cannot go for pranayama. So this asana is helpful to get the meditation. So this kind of asanas are good for the concentration or meditation. So which is the aim of yoga only. Okay, Kaivalyam. So Kaivalya comes when the chitta is very meditative portions or concentrated. So in this state, the asana swasa. Swasa means Vyasavasya explain here like बाह्यस्य वायोः आचमनम. This is called swasah. And what is prashvasah? Prashvasah, it explained in Vyasavasya only. Kostasva vayoः nissaranam. Nisranam prashvasah. Okay. If you understand the word meaning, what is saying here, the swasa means what you are inhaling from outside the universe. What you are inhaling from your body, outside your body. Like I am inhaling. Common word you can tell. Swasa stands for the O2. And prashvasa means what you are exhaling out. Okay, that is called the CO2. This is called the inhalations, and this is related to exhalations. Okay. So daily we are inhaling for 21,600 times. That only explains Ajapa Gayatri in some other text, after yogic text. Ajapa Gayatri, Shoham, and so on. Same. So what we explain here, the breathing, whether inhalation or exhalation. Okay, breathing is two. Inhalation or exhalation. Swasa or prashvasa. Okay. Gati vichcheda. Gati means the speed. You are inhaling something, your inhalation is going on. Okay. Inhalation is going on. In between, if I stop, gati vichcheda, speed, if I stop, see, there is a speed was there. If I stop, gati vichcheda. Gati means the speed, the moment of the breath, vayu. Vichcheda means separation, stopping. Vishesha rupena, chedanam. Chedanam means cutting. Vishcheda means Vishesh Rupena, special. Okay. Say while inhaling and exhaling, sometimes we are cutting our breath unknowingly. See, in exhalation time, sometimes we are stopping also, fraction of second. But here, by practicing some special methods, that's what told here, vicheda, vishesha rupena cheda. Specially, you will be stopping here. That definition is given by Patanjali, which is pranayama. So, what is the meaning of pranayama explains here? So, if you got the mastery over any kind of dhyanatmaka asana, dhyanatmaka is meditative portions. It may be padmasana, swastikasana, vajrasana, siddhasana, any asana. If you got mastery over that, so after getting the mastery over that, if you not expert in all those asana, easily the mind won't be calm. You cannot practice pranayama for a long time, because if you have the pain by sitting in padmasana, you cannot go for pranayama for a long time. So you should get mastery over those asana to sit for a long time. Then only, so here tasmin shati means here after getting expertise in asana. Okay, you should get expertise in asana, then only you can go for. So after getting expertise in asana, the breathing regulation you need to practice. The regulation of breathing. How? Breathing means inhalation and exhalations. So here inhalation is known as the swasaha, means what you are getting in from outside, swasaha. And what we are exhaling out, that is called exhalations, or the prashwasha. Prashwasha is known as the CO2 and swasa is known as the O2 here. See, and the definition given by Vyasa for swasha is Bahyasya Vayu Achamana Swasa. Bahyasya Vayu means the Achamana means the swallowing or the inhaling external Vayu is called swasaha. And what is prashwasha given by same commenter. Explain here, krostasya vayu nissaranam. Krostasya means from your jatra agni, your stomach. So if you exhale fully from the stomach, not the lungs, fully exhalation, that is called the prashwasha. Purna rupena swasa, prashwasha. And in between these two, inhalation and exhalation, if you stop cutting, see that's I told you, see the breathing going on. If you stop by using some technique, gati vichcheda, the gati should be restrained, stop, close, collapse. That technique is called pranayama. Okay, and pranayama means pranasa ayamaha. Ayama means the stages or the episode. So if you breathe episode wise, inhaling, again stopping, again inhaling, stopping, exhaling, stopping. So episode wise it goes. So that's why the word is stands for the pranayama, pranasa ayamaha. Okay. So this is the whole meaning of this sutra. Please make the notes. It will be easy to understand. So, now, in this sutra we will be learning the types of pranayama. See, before telling, I will be explaining there are 4 types of pranayamas are there in Yoga Sutra. They explain 4 types. But in this sutra we will be talking regarding the 3 types. Next sutra we will be talking next one, 4th one. Okay. So now 3 types we will be talking here. So let's understand. What I explain here, बाह्य अभ्यंतर स्तंभ वृत्ति देश काल संख्याभि परिदृष्टो दीर्घ सूक्ष्माः. I repeat again. बाह्य अभ्यंतर स्तंभ वृत्ति देश काल संख्याभि परिदृष्टो दीर्घाः and सूक्ष्माः. So there are 3 types of pranayama explained in this sutra. What are all? Baihya. Baihya means the exhalations. Okay, Baihya means exhalations. Means the Baihya Kumbhaka. This should be, see, this should be actually, just a minute. Yeah. So here the Baihya should be the external breathing or the external pranayama. Or another word you can still as Rechaka. Okay. So Rechaka means after exhaling what you are holding. So after exhalation, if you hold, that is called the Baihya pranayama or the external pranayama. external, Baiha. Abhyantara means after inhalations, you are holding the breath inside your body. That's called the Abhyantara. Antar Kumbhaka we used to say. See, Antar Kumbhaka. We used to say this is called Bahya Kumbhaka. I think you heard. If you yoga background, you should heard all this word. Okay, so what is telling here? The Bahya Kumbhaka and Antar Kumbhaka. There are two. And third one is telling here Kumbhaka. It's a self-dependent. Okay, in between the inhalation exhalations, you will be holding something or you will be restraining your breath. That's called the Kumbhaka. For example, I am inhaling. It's called Puraka. Puraka means the Anta Kumbhaka is called Puraka. Then I am holding the breath. That's called the Kumbhaka, retention. And then I am exhaling. That's called the exhalations or the Bahya Kumbhaka. So if you tell the meaning here, they see the Puraka, Rechaka and Kumbhaka. Okay, here you are inhaling. Okay, after inhalation you will be holding the breath. That's called retention or holding. Same. After holding you will be exhaling that breath. So that's called Rechaka. So this thing you should know, keep in your brain. Okay, so these are the three types of pranayama explained in this verse or in this sutra. So Bahya, Abhyantara and Stambha Vritti. Vritti means the function of pranayama in this three dimension. Bahya, Abhyantara and Stambha. Bahya means whether it may be outside your body, you are exhaling, then you are holding breath. This is called the Bahya. Abhyantara means after inhalation you are holding. This is called internal practice or Antar Kumbhaka. Second one. And third one is called Stambha. Stambha means only Kumbhaka, without like quickly you are holding in between the inhalation and exhalations. Okay, this is the meaning in these three parts. Now let's see here. It explains Desha, Kala and Sankhavi. Desha. Desha means the presence of Vayu after exhalations outside the body or the after the inhalation inside the body. For example, what I am doing here, Desha. After exhaling, the Vayu will go to the outside your body. Exhaling, fully exhaling means the body will, so the Vayu breath will go out of your body, out of the body. So in that out of the body, the breath will present outside that body. So that place is called the Desha. Means Desha means after the exhalations, where Vayu is reaching, going. That destination is known as the Desha. Another way, the Desha may be after inhaling fully, inhalations, Antar Kumbhaka inhaling, the Vayu is reaching inside your body. Where it is reaching, maybe heart, lungs, where it is reaching, that is called the Desha. Desha of internal. This is called inside the body. Inside the body. So you should remember this thing. It may be outside the body or it may be inside the body. So the place, whether outside the body, the which place it's going, Vayu, or inside the body, where it is. This is called the Desha. Next explain here, Kala. Kala means the how many, what do you call, how long you are holding your breath. That's called the Kala. Like you are practicing the maybe for 2 hours pranayama. So your how long means you are practicing for 2 hours, morning 2 hours and evening 2 hours. So 4 hours you are practicing. Like pranayama should be practiced 4 times. Okay, 4 times per day. Eating your Gheranda Samhita, Hatha also says, Gheranda Samhita also says, Pratha, Madhya, Saim, Ardharatra, Kumbhaka. The Kumbhaka must be practiced Pratha, Madhya, Saim and Ardharatra, midnight. So in this level. But that is a difference on that. How many hours you are practicing? Maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. That is called the Kala, the timing. 2 hours, morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours. That is called the timing. Okay, at what time you are practicing. This is called the timing. You should remember. And next explain here, Sankha. Sankha means the number. How many rounds? How many rounds you are practicing. Like Hatha mentioned here, Ashiti Paryantam, Shani Shani Ashiti Paryantam. The 80 times one should practice. Means 18 to 4. They explain. So 320 times per day. Pranayama must be practiced. They explain. Who explain? Hatha Pradipika. So what is explaining here? The pranayama is 3 types. Baya, Abhyantara, Stambha, Vritti. Baya means the external. After exhalation, if you hold, that is called the Baya Kumbhaka or external Kumbhaka. And after inhalation, if you hold, that is called the Antar Kumbhaka. And Stambha Vritti means the holding. Okay, retention. That is called the Stambha Vritti. So these are the 3 things we need to know. And these 3 things must be practiced in based of these 3. What are the 3? Desha. Desha means the place. The breath should go outside your body. So that place, Desha is called the place. And maybe inside your body during the inhalations, that the place inside your body, the space is called as the Desha. Kala means how many times you are practicing in a day. Maybe 4 times, 5 times, evening, morning, lunch, daytime. That's called the Kala. It may be morning, it may be lunch, it may be evening, or it may be midnight. Okay, so this is called the Kala. Sankhya means the rounds, or how many numbers you are practicing, times. Maybe within 2 hours you are practicing 30 times, 20 times. So that's called the Shankha, or rounds. Okay. Paridishta means it will be visible. Visible means it will be understandable. Purnarupana Drishta Paridushta, it will be understandable. So if the person is practicing pranayam, how can you understand? By looking these 3 things. Desha, Kala and Sankha, and the Baya Abhyantara Stambha, which pranayama is practicing for how many times. It's visible if you observe properly. Paridushta, Dirgha Shukshma. Dirgha means if you practice continuously, you can hold your breath for a long time. Okay, or if you practice very less time, sort of time, then you cannot hold for a long time. So it will be short duration. Okay, if you practice per day 2 hours pranayama, so you will be master over that. So your breathing will be very long. Inhalation will be long inhalations and long exhalations. So that's why we say deep inhale, deeply exhale. So that's called the Dirgha. But if you not practice habitual with this pranayama, then your breath will be very slow, subtle, very small. Like within 10 seconds, you need to inhale again or exhale again. But in case of if you are a practitioner, you can hold up to 2-3 minutes also. So this how this line is explained here. So let me conclude this line. What is explained here? The types of pranayama here explained. There are 3 types of pranayama explained under this sutra. Remember, there are 4 types of pranayamas are there in this Yoga Sutra. But in this sutra, they explain here 3. Baya. Baya means the Baya Kumbhaka, after exhalation holding the breath. Abhyantara. Abhyantara means after inhalation holding, called Abhyantara, or the Purak also. Baya means Rechaka. Stambha Vritti means the retention. This retention. So these are the 3 types under this sutra. And how you should practice? Desha. Desha means the place. Maybe after exhalation outside your body, that place, or maybe inhalations inside the body, place. Kala means the times, at what time you are practicing. Morning, lunch time, evening, midnight. Kala. Sankhya. Sankhya means at a time. Maybe in the morning, how many rounds to practice? Maybe 30 rounds to practice. That's called the Sankhya, number. Okay. So this how you can understand, we can see the Paridrishta, the pranayama practice. If you are a very good practitioner, you are practicing for a long time, so your breath will be Dirgha, long, deep inhalation, exhalation will be there. You can hold for a long time. But if you are not habitual with this, your holding inhalation, exhalation will be very small. You need to breathe now and then. This is called Shukshma. So this is how they mention. This is the 3rd type of pranayama. So you should be very clear with this. So first type is called the Baya. Second type is called Abhyantara. Third is called Stambha. In English, Puraka, Rechaka, Kumbhaka. Okay, inhalation, retention and exhalation. So this way you should know this. Chalo, aage dekhte hain. Now, so this sutra will be talking the 4th sutra, the 4th pranayama regarding the Ashtanga Yoga. So what is explained here? The 4th one. We already discussed the 3rd one, where first one was there like Baya. Okay. Second one is called Abhyantara. Third one is called Stambha. Discuss. Now we will be talking here the fourth one. What is actually here? Listen. The Chaturtha, the fourth one, which is Bahya Abhyantara Vishakshepi Chaturthaha. I repeat, Bahya Abhyantara Vishakshepi Chaturthaha. If you split here, what will happen? Bahya Abhyantara Vishaya Akshepi Chaturthaha. The fourth one is neither Bahya, neither Abhyantara. Vishakshepi means it's not connected to these things. No connections. Chaturtha, some other one. That's called Chaturtha. Which one? Chaturtha is known as the Kevala Kumbhaka. Remember, sometimes question may ask for the NET exam also. Kevala Kumbhaka means without informing illness and exhalation, suddenly you are holding. Okay, suddenly holding. That's called the this one, fourth one. Chaturtha. Name not mention anything. This is called the Chaturtha Kumbhaka. But the Vyasavas explained this is the Kevala Kumbhaka. Without inhalation and exhalation, if you do suddenly, if you hold suddenly, that's called the Chaturtha or the last one under Yoga Sutra. So what are the pranayama explained under Yoga Sutra? The question asked. There are 4 types. One is called here Bahya, Abhyantara, Stambha, Vritti, Stambha, Pranayama and Kevala Kumbhaka. Okay, Kevala Kumbhaka you should mention here. So this is how they explain the pranayama. Still there are benefits of pranayama are there. So you should be very clear with these things. So here explain this pranayama, fourth pranayama is not related to external or not internal, which is apart from the Vishaya. Vishaya means the discussion, the topic regarding this Bahya and Abhyantara, which is not there. The fourth one, different one, that is called the Kevala Kumbhaka. Remember, Sahita Kumbhaka will not be there. Sahita means along with breathing, means it comes under Antar Kumbhaka. But Kevala Kumbhaka means suddenly you are holding that. So this is the 4th types under Yoga Sutra. Hope you are clear with this. Please make the points, it will be easy for you. If you have any doubts, let me know obviously. So thank you very much. Bye bye.